All right, so another record-breaking day on Wall Street, but not everything moved in the same direction. Hey everyone, it's Saturday morning, April 25th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's get started. Now let's talk about what happened yesterday. U.S. stocks were a bit mixed, but the real story, tech, and more specifically, semiconductors, just kept ripping higher. The Nasdaq Composite jumped 1.6% to yet another record high, powered by a massive rally in chip stocks. And get this, the semiconductor index has now been up for 18 straight days. That's a serious run. The Standard & Poor's 500 also joined the party, adding 0.8% and closing at a fresh record. But not everything was green. The Dow actually slipped 0.2%, showing that outside of tech, things were a bit more cautious. Now, let's zoom in on what really drove markets. Intel absolutely crushed it. The stock surged to a new all-time high, even surpassing levels from the year 2000. Strong earnings and a solid outlook gave investors renewed confidence in the whole AI trade. And of course, Nvidia didn't want to be left behind. It also hit a record and reclaimed the title as the most valuable company out there, pushing its market cap back above $5 trillion. At one point, Nvidia was up more than 4.2% on the day, adding over $200 billion in market value. Yeah, in one day. On the policy side, there was also some relief for markets. The Department of Justice dropped its criminal investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell, which could clear the path for Kevin Warsh to take over as the next Fed Chair. That's something markets are definitely watching closely. Geopolitically, things remain tense. The White House signaled that U.S. officials will head to Pakistan for potential peace talks, while tensions around the Strait of Hormuz are still keeping energy markets on edge. Oil prices actually dipped slightly, with Brent crude falling below $100 a barrel and West Texas Intermediate trading around $95. And finally, on the macro side, consumer sentiment improved a bit in April, but it's still sitting near record lows, so not exactly a strong signal from the consumer just yet. So overall, yesterday was another reminder. Tech is carrying the market, AI is still the dominant theme, and everything else, well, still trying to keep up. Alright, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. And if you want more insights, just add me on LinkedIn. Always happy to connect. See you Monday morning.